make one out of like Eagle Rare 17 if you want me to. I don't care.
What did he say?
I sent it out to the SLB crew, and they actually got back to me and said they were interested, and they were gonna check it out. So that would be huge. And they were talking about it. They actually like using this type of syrup, but you know, have you ever had a barrel aged one? And I guarantee they haven't.
So hurry it up.
Exactly. Being selfish. Dump it now so I can get some.
Yeah.
Same. Sorry, Dan. We like it too much, man. Sorry.
I'm going to support you because I believe in what you're doing. And again, everybody else on this panel, and also for probably saying the same thing, and also is barrel your shit. Okay,
Yep.
Get this out so we can buy it. All right,
100%. I'm right there with him, and to echo what he said, I believe in your product and in what you're doing. Hi, Mrs. Floor Whiskey.
I'll sit on the corner with the sign
we'll
and
work
a
for
cardboard.
bottles. Yeah.
Well, you used to that.
picking up.
You always work that corner, bro.
We'll work for Demerara Syrup.
We'll work for Demerara Syrup.
I'm getting bigger barrels. This batch, this barrel of the BouRum is actually bigger than any batch that I've done. So we'll see how it goes.
Hurry it up and bottle it, damn it!
It's almost there.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm dedicated to the research. You know, this is for science.
Yeah, this
right?
is
We're-
for science.
We're advancing humanity here, and that's really what we need to focus.
Cocktail.
Cocktail.
Cocktail. Cock. I do like cocktails.
I love cock.
Like
Do you
ride
go
on.
on to Instagram that often? I have to actually like go and like purposely look at Instagram to see what you guys are actually talking about in our little group and all stuff.
Would
because I spend
it
way
sell
more
it better
time
for
and all
you if
stuff.
I told you there was penis pictures?
No, that might not actually like convince me.
Bottle some barrels this weekend. I mean, barrel some bottles, whatever, this weekend. Whatever it is. Whatever I do.
Grouper number
And
2.
then-
All right, so
I'm
Dan,
sorry. You asked for it.
Yeah,
That's
a
what it starts.
subscription. Okay, so just put me on a subscription. I will.
I've thought of that too.
Oh, if that's the case, you're going to sub to my OnlyFans, John?
It's out of control. So you are more than welcome to actually use me as a guinea pig. I will try to actually like explain to my doctors what I'm doing is for science.
what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Wicked Whiskey. We're gonna call this one, I guess, Wicked Whiskey and Friends. This isn't gonna be so much a video about us, but more so of Dan from Sink or Swim, who is actually gonna be releasing a Maple Bourbon Rum Demerara Syrup. He kindly gifted us a sample, and then decided to all get on here and break it down and kind of give you guys a a little sneak peek of what's to come. So I know you guys have started already without me. I'm gonna taste it. Have you guys actually tasted it like plain without anything
Yes.
yet? And
Yes.
what are your thoughts on
It's
that?
not.
Before I get
Oh,
into
it's
this,
pretty
what am I
good. Let
expecting?
me do it again. Refresh my palate just a touch.
No,
Just
it's really
touch.
good.
It is a
very
big difference
good.
to the normal syrup.
I mean, you still get that Demerara, no doubt, but I do pick
Yeah.
up both the rum and the maple influence on it. I would say for me personally, I get the rum influence more on the front, and then on the back end is where the maple really comes in. But you definitely, at least for me, pick up both
I get like a
influences.
slight
and
bit,
just-
like a tiny bit of like ethanol. It's nothing like crazy, but I definitely get like that maple. It's almost like a maple liqueur, like you would use for like a mixed drink, obviously like with an old fashioned, but it's got that alcohol kind of like aroma to it and taste to it.
Mhm.
You know
I
what
didn't really pick it up on the palate, but I haven't huffed it either.
mean?
Yeah, I do get it on the nose,
It is very thick and
but it's not like, oh my god, strong either. Like,
No,
it's-
no, exactly.
No.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get going on my old fashioned. Dan, in the meantime, do you want to kind of explain what exactly you went through to make this batch?
Yeah. So this was, I picked up a X bourbon X maple X rum barrel, a 15-gallon barrel a few months ago, and made by regular ratio of Demerara, 1.5 to 1. I filled the barrel in two different weekends, so I did half one weekend, half the following weekend, just because I didn't have time to do it all at once. And I mean, I was hoping that it would be good. I was excited that it would be good, and then at the end, I was starting to get nervous that it might not be. What if it's not as good as I hope? So that's why I decided to send you guys samples and get guys' opinion on this and see what you think.
I mean, so far from just tasting it like plain, I'm already a fan. I'd say
Yeah, I quite like it.
I like
I
it,
think
and I can't wait to
it's a
try
very,
it.
it's
Yeah,
much more, or the texture is definitely
same.
different.
When
So
I
you-
actually like first tried it and all stuff, I actually thought way better than your regular stuff. And your regular stuff is fantastic, and I use it quite often on a lot of things, and I love it. This right here just gives it a different notes, on the both from in the beginning, very mapley and all stuff, all the way to the end where you get a little bit more of the rums like all mixed in. So you're going on a little journey just on syrup, and that's just drinking it straight. And I had to actually even compare it to a um, a barrel aged maple syrup, just maple syrup. That's way too sweet. That maple syrup is like stuff that you need to put on pancakes and or make cocktails with by itself. This is actually a different level. It's Demerara, it's the rum, it's the maple all mixed in. And I have two old fashions here and all stuff, one with a bourbon and one with a rye. And I'm excited to, hear what you guys think about these.
I'm excited to get into this once I get it mixed up. But now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if it would be too much if you mixed it with like a maple finished bourbon.
Yeah, I think that would be too much.
I don't know.
Yeah,
If
you wouldn't be able to maybe you wouldn't probably get the taste from the Demerara.
Brian, what have you tried it like just straight up the syrup?
Yeah, I get some of the rum on it actually, more so than
Same.
like the rye. I get the rum come through. I really like that. I like a nice rum finish.
It's a whole different dimension to it, and it's neat. What I almost really want to do is have it side by side with one with just a regular Demerara to
and
really compare
we all
side
use
by
the
side.
Sazerac rye too, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Fortunately. Dan, so you haven't poured any of these out. You haven't dumped your barrel or anything yet, and you're basically kind of just trying to figure out whether you should dump it now or dump it in like
3 more months.
3 weeks or something, or a couple months.
Well, my plan is to dump half of it now, and depending on how it is, and then go from there and maybe age it another 3 months. So then I have a 3-month batch and a 6-month batch, and then see how that is. I don't know if that's too much, but way to find out is to test it. So
Right.
Suppose the advantage of the barrel that you're using, though, is it's already been used. It's not like you have to worry about being a new charred barrel or anything like that. So you don't quite have to worry so much about it being too oak tannin forward. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the
Right.
advantage of a second fill barrel.
Right. I'm just wondering if I'll be able to use this barrel again because it's already been used. This will be the 4th time being used. So
I mean, how anyone know like how many times a barrel can typically be used before it's no bueno? I don't. Like
I mean,
I'm
I have
ready.
I have a 2-liter that I used. I don't know, maybe 3 times, and I tried like just some random like little mixture once, and when I dumped it after a week, it was just couldn't really. I don't know, it almost tasted the same to me. But that was a 2-liter, so I'm not sure how much a bigger one would be. Like maybe twice that. I mean,
the other thing, like a bourbon barrel the bourbon is gonna be absorbed into the wood. I don't know how much syrup absorbs into the wood.
Right.
I would
So
think it would be more if it was new, though. You know what I mean? Because it wouldn't be
Yeah.
already saturated. So, you don't get me wrong, you still have some sort of
that's
loss, I would imagine.
the difference between bourbon and a syrup and all stuff is the viscous of the actual syrup and all stuff. It's not going to actually pull into the grains of the barrel as much as as whiskey is something that's actually like a lot thinner, a lot lighter. So when it's actually going in and out of the pores and all stuff, it actually has the ability to go in and out of those pores. Whereas syrup and all stuff, it's probably gonna like coat the inside of the barrel, and you have to actually kind of uh, get that warmth or whatever to actually like get it to actually like seep into the actual wood a little bit more than you would with a bourbon. That's again, I haven't really done much of this and all stuff. I'm just going by the nerdiness of me, and so I think it's just it's a different beast. I think to probably prolong those barrels and all stuff is after you dump them and all stuff, try using like a grain spirit and all stuff and to age in there and all stuff so it can actually pull some of that syrup out of the barrel after you do it, kind of like rotate and see if that actually helps. And then you actually have like a barrel aged bourbon with your syrup and all stuff in it and all stuff. Just throw a couple of bottles of bourbon or something like that in it. Then you actually get, a finished bourbon, and then you can actually try to go back and reuse the barrels again.
So Dan, is that climate
So I
controlled
like
at all?
yeah, it's in the basement. It's right around probably around 50 to 60 degrees down in the basement. So
You got Scotch weather. That's what you got.
So I wonder if I kind of want to make one of these with a bourbon now because I feel like I'm getting way too much rye spice on this and it's kind of overpowering the syrup. So I feel like I'm
That's what
not
I
getting
did.
I feel like I'm not getting the true like experience with this. I might go make one bourbon.
What about you, Brian? You made it with Saz, right? Are you? Would you?
That's my standard, right? So I made one earlier with your normal
Wow.
syrup, Sazerac foolproof, and then made this one just like do the comparison. I like the rye spice that comes through. I like the extra spice on our old
Me
fashions.
too.
Yeah, that's what I go for.
I'm ready
See,
to
I
wait.
made I made my first one with the Sazerac 100 proof because I didn't bother getting a full proof, and then I just made the second one with Old Forester 100. Keeping them both at the 100 proof, keeping them both like kind of like similar. And I really dig the actual bourbon a little bit better than the rye. But then again, as you all know, I'm not really a rye guy, so that's actually like maybe I'm biased about that. But the bourbon definitely brings out a little bit more of your syrup than the rye does.
So how do you like it with the bourbon? I'm like pretty. It's that pretty
So
well.
I actually love. I will make another one because this I'm like more halfway done this.
Actually, I might do the same thing because I have that Old Forester Signature 100.
Try it.
I might do the
It
same thing.
literally it literally brings out a little bit more of the syrup using the same
I'm gonna go
ratios,
with
the
my
same
go-to.
bitters, the same bitters, the same process as I did with both of them. The only difference is the Old Forester 100 proof versus the Sazerac 100 proof.
My fiance sitting next to me. She has it with the Maker's Cast Strength. And what do you say? It's awesome. She said it's awesome. So I think bourbon or rye for me comes across really well.
Hi, Mrs. Floor Whiskey.
I
No,
was
go
just
ahead.
drinking that I made with my original Demerara, and then I switched and had a sip from the maple, and it's totally different. Same ratios, same Sazerac 100 proof rye, but just different syrup, and it's definitely different between the two syrups.
How do you like it with the maple rum one?
I think the maple rum holds up better to the rye.
I agree.
Yeah, I
I
think
agree.
it holds up better to the rye.
But I'm still going to do it with a bourbon because,
Yeah.
I'm
We have to.
dedicated to the research. This is for science,
Yeah,
right?
this is for science.
We're advancing humanity here. And that's really what we need to focus on. It's the fact
And we don't
that,
want to make. We don't want John to feel left out.
yeah, no, absolutely not. I would never. Matter of fact, John, but like not in a gay way, right? Like just totally platonic, hetero.
Okay.
I saved the gay love for Matt. I
Rainbows
fed
for
my
everyone.
kid, and you know what Matt says to me? I know you did because y'all in the same group chat. Oh, you feeding him some kitty milk? You know something? Milk from a
jealous.
bull is a lot creamier.
I was jealous I didn't have some for my
It's a
coffee.
little bit
this
more
morning.
dangerous too, but whatever.
Gotta send me a
Just a
2-ounce
little bit.
sample. Send me a 2-ounce sample of your titty milk.
Well, you're gonna love the mouthfeel, right? It's oily, it's viscous, coats the tongue.
Get a long finish. Or quick finish with
He's
this.
gonna nose it first. He's gonna nose it for a long time.
Kind of reminds me of like tree pollen.
Did you just like hit a switch over
a
there,
bit
Brian? It
nutty.
was like light 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, finally starting to get a little bit of dark here.
I'm seeing that. Welcome
I
to
was
my
saying, I
life.
went and got the bourbon. It was bright. I made my old fashioned. I looked up and it was dark.
It's starting to get a little bit.
Oh, real quick, not related to this. New owner of Foster's there. He got in finally the Sagamore Double Oaked, and he got in the Bruin Lottie Rye. So I guess someone at Bruin Lottie. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they made a rye. And so we're gonna be trying that. I'm pretty stoked. John, for a rye that I think you would like, Sagamore, because you don't get that.
I have
They don't
a
even
couple
taste
of
like tiny.
Sagamores. There's some of the finished ones aren't bad and all stuff, and I have the double oak that I actually don't mind.
I like
for
the 10-year reserve is really good. It's like
10-year
freaking
reserve was
chocolate.
deep. Yeah, it was decent.
I think they're like a barely legal rye, right? I think.
Yeah, the barely legal rise. Which
Yeah.
the weird thing is if you think mixtures, that's a barely legal Kentucky rye, but for some reason it still has that kind of like minty dill grassy note and all stuff that I actually don't really care for. I think that's the
Yeah, it's
only
funny
thing that
though,
actually
how
turns me off on
different
a
the
lot of
ryes are.
ryes.
Like
Yeah, and
like a Jack Daniel's
but
single
that's the
barrel
thing.
rye versus a Sazerac. So different.
Unless you go out and actually like try every single rye, you're gonna buy a bottle and not know whether or not you're gonna like it.
Actually, here's
And
my hot
that's
take: the E.H. Taylor straight rye is better than both the 90 and 100 proof Saz, and it's not close. I really want to try the barrel proof rye and put it up against the Saz full proof because I'm willing to bet that's going to kick Saz's ass too.
I've heard a lot of like differences on that, but again,
Oh, they're
I
very
don't
different.
listen. As soon as people start talking ryes, I kind of tune out. So
So I think I like the bourbon one better, but I keep going back and forth. I still get the maple through this one, but it's like, you got that rye spice in the back. And then this one I get a lot more oak on the bourbon one. I get more oak. I get a little bit of that rum, but it's got that maple.
I think the
Like
bourbon
when the
and all that
rum,
stuff
when it starts
kind of
hitting the ice, the
complements
rum comes through a little more. Seems like.
I'm going to do my bourbon one with this because it's close in proof. Because I was doing the Saz full proof. And
Yeah.
So I
we'll see.
usually go with
like-
my original. I got the full fork, the 1920. That's my go-to.
I was thinking about doing the 1924, and I'm like, no, I would never forgive myself.
Well, I
I've
think
done it.
I could do that if you want me to. I'll make one out of that. I'll make one out of like Eagle Rare 17 if you want me to. I don't care.
What did he say?
It's just whiskey. So
I do it with my stags all the time too.
I think the bourbons
get
and all stuff
outside.
complement your syrup a little bit better with the oak and the vanilla, and it just it pairs well without adding any kind of other notes to it and all stuff. Whereas the rye is actually coming through and actually it's. I'm not saying it's overpowering your syrup. I think it's actually just adding more notes to it where it actually kind of like puts your syrup kind of like in the back end of it. If you know what I mean and all stuff. It's just the rye is actually really rye forward. It's actually kind of like taking the show, which again it should. In an old fashioned, you're supposed to actually be spirit forward anyways. So in that aspect, the rye is not bad. But if you want to actually like showcase the syrup a little bit more, and you want to showcase like all the ingredients and all stuff, the bourbon and all stuff is a little bit more gentle with your syrup than the rye is.
Hey Dan,
I'm gonna
I'm
say it
just gonna
again.
tell you, man, it's well done overall. I think,
Yeah,
personally, I would dump it now. I mean, I think it's.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's actually
show
pretty
ready
good
for
right
this one.
now.
I can agree on that.
Yeah, I'm with Dan on that. Or with
Do you-
Brian. Sorry.
Right.
I mean,
what do
having
you
it
think?
by
What do you
itself
think?
and then having it in cocktail in again saying cocktails again, having it in an old fashioned, both the rye and also it comes forward. It does come forward, and it does actually work really well in these old fashions. You get the rums, you get that maple. But I honestly think that if you're going to actually use this for anything and all stuff, if you want to actually like taste the syrup itself along with everything, go with a bourbon. If you want to actually have a traditional old fashioned with like the hints of your syrup and whatever, and actually have it a little bit more spirit forward, enjoy it with the rye. That's what it's actually there for. That's what the old fashions were made for, is to actually like take a good spirit, add some things into it to make it a little bit different and make it something that you can sit back and enjoy and drink. The rye will do that for you. I'm not going to say that the rye is my favorite because I'm not a big rye fan, but it was not a bad cocktail. It was not a bad old fashioned. The bourbon just kind of like blended well with your syrup.
Okay.
So try it for yourself if you want to actually like see that and all stuff. Go and try it with a regular simple bourbon like the Old Forester 100, or even the Maker's Mark cask strength. I see that would actually like really bring out your syrup a lot more on a wheated bourbon, because they're a lot lighter, a lot more fruitier, a lot lighter and sweeter than a regular bourbon. So it would probably play better in with your
And
your
John,
syrup
that's how
from
my
there.
fiance likes that syrup with the maker's cask string, the single barrel cask string,
Yeah,
because you're
it's
getting like a sweeter flavors on it. Yeah, but you get some of the spice too on the cask string.
Here's a
And-
blooper for you all. I made that first one and I grabbed Peychaus instead of Angostura.
Appreciate.
And it still
Then you're
tasted
actually
good.
making a Sazerac. You're just missing the Sazerac instead of a bourbon.
Or the absinthe rinse.
Here, if you want that, I have that right here. Absinthe rinse.
I've got something.
No, I actually
What do
do
you
it.
guys-
I really do enjoy your syrup, and I think, as I've actually said, in our podcast with you, that it really depends on like what you're putting with, in the ingredients. Every little ingredient and all stuff will make a difference and all stuff. So my tastes, I like the bourbon better because it actually just fills it out better. Changing the bitters would actually like probably make this a lot different too. If you added like a chocolate bitters into it or something like that, it would bring a different flavor to it. So I'm not saying that either one of them are bad. Your syrup is actually just a tool to actually make an old fashioned just better. And I need to actually buy a bottle. When you dump this and you have these ready and all stuff, let me know. I will buy a bottle of this, a nice 12 ounce of this if you're going to do it. And because I want to play around with, I want to make rum drinks with this, because I think that would, with the rum
That's a
flavored
good
maple
thought,
and all
John.
that
I didn't
stuff.
think about that. Using rum in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you play around with the rums and all stuff. A nice Demerara rum, like El Dorado 12 year or something, or even like a a cheaper Dooley's Foursquare, type thing where it's a little bit sweeter would play fantastic with this. And I'm just thinking, my mind goes crazy and also trying to figure out what I could play with this with. I have a little bit left, so I am going to make a few more drinks with it. And then when you come out with it, let me know, because I will be buying another bottle.
Yeah, I'm in,
if-
man. Yeah, I want a big bottle.
Yeah, I'm in. I'll buy a
Right.
big bottle too, but I'm curious to see how it'll go with tequila.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah. John made
I have-
you made one. Well, it wasn't with the maple, but you made the that tequila drink with the regular one.
My Oaxacan old fashioned,
They're in the
and
fr-
that
they're in the pocket.
with your syrup and all stuff. Matt actually like pointed out to me and all stuff. I made this weird gesture and all stuff of like how good it was and all stuff. It kind of knocked me on my feet. It was actually like really good. The sweetness that paired with the tequila, and I actually did a little bit of mezcal in with it, and it was just it pushed that actual Oaxacan old fashioned way over the edge when I normally make them. I make them all the time because they're just like a great freaking cocktail for me. Go ahead, put that one in there, Matt.
Hey,
Get
I
like
guess,
a
hey,
the word
Dan, any
cocktail, get
questions
the
for me?
counter.
Because I gotta get out of here in about 5 minutes, guys. But any questions for me, Dan?
Are you gonna buy a bottle?
Yeah, I want a big bottle, man. I already said that. Absolutely. No, dude, it's ready. I think it's ready. I would dump
It's
it.
ready now. Yeah.
What do you guys
Yeah.
think if I age the rest of the barrel for another 3 months? Do you think that would make any difference? Or
I don't think so right now.
I would try like a month.
Oh,
Try
yeah.
it a month and see if it makes a difference.
mean-
but I don't know. I think it's ready. I don't know.
Yeah,
You-
I'm
you
gonna go
could.
with
I
that.
would- I would say
yeah,
dump
I
it
would
now.
say dump it now, but I don't think another month will hurt. But I don't know if 3 months. I think that might be too
But
much.
as you were saying before, that it's been used, the barrel's been used before. It hasn't actually like gone through any cycles or to kind of like really clean it out, or anything like that. So I don't know if keeping it in there for longer is going to actually even do anything. Depending on the barrel, it really depends on what the barrel is going to do. I would say, if anything, if you were actually going to do it for another couple of months and all stuff, take it out of the cooler temperature and try to put it into a little bit warmer weather and warmer temperature to allow the barrel to actually expand a little bit more.
my original thought was if I take half of it now, that's gonna give me 100+ bottles.
Oh no shit. Okay, if that's
Well,
the
yeah.
case,
If that's the
you're gonna
case,
get
then
that
yeah,
many.
do it.
Yeah, do your plan then. Release half now, and then
Yeah.
don't
Worst
necessarily
case
wait till
scenario,
6
you
months. Like
actually are,
taste it as
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
worst case scenario,
And
in a
just
couple of
release it
months
up.
you try it
Yeah.
and it's not good, then you're just you're out
Least-
a few bottles.
Because as long as there's liquid in the barrel, and then I'm moving it around and rotating it, it should still
Yeah, it should still be good.
in theory still be good. Right. Well, it's when the barrels are empty that it starts going bad.
Yeah.
There's no liquid in the barrel.
Yeah, then you actually
So-
start up to worrying about like mold or fungus or anything like that that's in there, because
Right.
it's you're now dealing with sugars in a barrel in temperatures that just feed for that dark, cool areas and all stuff. So, but definitely you got something here. Dump half of it now, because I don't want to wait. So hurry it up.
Exactly.
Damn it.
Being selfish. Dump it now so I can get some.
Yeah.
Same. Sorry, Dan. We like it too much, man. Sorry.
Now, I had one more question for you guys before we do whatever. My thought was to do this, to have a group like this, probably you guys, maybe one more person. When I do new releases or something that's different, do the same thing, and
Kinda like
you be
beta
my
test.
We're
test
your
crew
peer
or
review
something.
group, right?
Yeah.
Your peer review group for you.
Yeah, that's right.
I
That's
am
right.
always
Science.
here to
Science,
actually like
Ryan.
get
I'm
my
in.
diabetes actually out of control. Okay, I am always here to get my diabetes out of control. So you are more than welcome to actually use me as a guinea pig. I will try to actually like explain to my doctors what I'm doing is for science. So
I'm gonna have to ask
Yeah,
my
like if
wife.
anything, they should thank you.
Absolutely,
That's
though. I know, absolutely. I will never say no to being a test dummy. And plus, I
oh,
mean, this stuff is just too good. I mean, how could you say no?
it's
Let
so
me
Okay,
go
good
ask
that
so
my
I
wife
actually
if it's
finished the
okay. I'll be
rye
right
old
back.
fashioned.
I'm gonna figure out a way to do this where it's kind of cool, where like it's like a tier or whatever, where you guys become the test dummies and get sample bottles. You get the first samples and whatever it is, discounts and stuff like that. And then I don't know, as we go, maybe we do different levels. And you guys can, if you have ideas for different syrups that you want me to see if I can try to make, or even recipes, different things like that, we'll do. You guys will get credit. We'll put your names on the bottles, or
Nice.
you guys as a I don't know, supply. Not. I don't know. I don't know. I got to think this through
We'll
more.
figure
But
we'll
Hey,
figure it out.
listen.
But it sounds like
By the way,
we're all in, so we're
Yeah.
good.
yeah, we're in. You like you don't got to sell us, bro.
We're
But
in.
for
We're
real,
in,
I know you
buddy.
said
Yep.
that blood orange is going to be.
wait,
What's up, Brian?
What was the blood orange one, Dan? You were working on blood orange
Yeah,
or something?
I'm in on that. I know you said it was super limited. I am going to buy one.
yeah, that blood orange and the batch 4 is going to be releasing right around the same time. So this BouRum I'm going to be probably putting up next weekend, because I'm going to try to bottle some barrels this weekend. I mean, barrel some bottles, whatever, this weekend. Whatever it is, whatever I do.
Super number
And
2.
then I'll put it up this next weekend, and then the end of August should be the blood orange, and then batch 4. More stuff. I'm gonna do batch 5. I'm gonna start barreling that, and I'm gonna do a brown sugar and barrel that.
I'm
I'm
waiting
up
for
for that
one
one too.
with the whole cherry stuff. So we're
Oh, and the cherry too. I got that one.
yeah, I'm waiting for that one.
So when you do one that I recommend, I really want the Sumo orange one.
So that would probably be the spring
So
then.
that's
Yeah, it has to
seasonal
be.
too. So I'll even help you with it.
Season
A
starts.
subscription. Okay, so just put me on a subscription. I will.
I thought of that too.
Oh, if that's the case, you're going to sub to my OnlyFans, John?
That
Hey,
does
Rob, was
you a
that
dis-
only
I'm not paying
drams
for
or only
therapy. There's a
fans, right?
disclaimer. That's right. That's right. There's a disclaimer on mine that says I'm not responsible for any therapy you have to go to after witnessing what you see.
like
really
Rye,
go
John.
on to Instagram that often. I have to actually like go and like purposely look at Instagram to see what you guys are actually talking about in our little group and all stuff.
Would
Because
it
I
would it
spend way
sell
more
it better
time and
for
all
you if
stuff.
I told you there was penis pictures?
No, that might not actually like convince me as much. Maybe
You need to
It's
say
got to be
cock.
better than rye, right?
maybe ass pictures. I don't know, but
Oh, all right. I got you, John.
Oh,
I don't know.
cocktail.
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 Cock.
Cocktail.
I do like cocktails.
I love cock.
All right. So now that we've actually like have tried these, tasted these, put them in old fashions, both bourbon and ryes, and tried them straight. I think this is now where we actually go and say, what are our final thoughts on, the new Maple Bourbon Syrup that we actually that Dan's created. So Dan, it's your syrup. So let us know what you like about it, what you actually enjoy about it, and then we can go from there.
I like that it's different than what I was expecting, but it's still good. And it's what I get out of it is it's a lot more oily, a little more viscous. it's just a different feel than the original. So I think we find a recipe that it works better with if it's rum. I mean, if it's rye or bourbon, make a drink however you like it. Just do it.
Matt,
I just took a sip of each just to kind of put them side by side, but they're both amazing. And I'm not trying to be biased because I love maple. But I really like this maple one. I know we were talking about earlier, if you want to dump it now, and again, not trying to be selfish because I want a bottle of it tomorrow, but I would say dump it. I like it, even if you age it for a little bit longer. I think I would agree. It's a little more viscous. It does have that oily, like mouthfeel. This is just, I feel like just some reason it feels like it's just kind of sweeter. It's like a sweeter oak. And this one just like, it just punches. I don't know. The maple just kind of hit. I love them both. I mean, they're both great products. I'm going to keep buying anything you put out regardless. But so far, I'd have to say this one is my favorite.
Rob?
So to piggyback on everything everyone else has said, so I've had this with both a rye and a bourbon. If I had to pick a favorite between the two right now, I'd say the rye, but also that's based on the bourbon I had it with. I decided after I got this bourbon and tried it, I'm like, this is going to be a mixer. So that's probably coloring it a little bit. I would agree with both of you. It is more oily and viscous. What I really appreciate about it is the extra depth of flavor you get with that rum and maple influence. For me, just drinking trying the syrup straight up, not mixed with anything. At the front of the palate, I really get the rum influence. Back of the palate, I really get the maple. As far as mixing it with spirit goes, I really do. I like it with both a bourbon and a rye. Based on the two spirits I chose tonight, I'd say I like the rye better, but taste is subjective, and I'm willing to bet a different bourbon. It could go the other way too. It really all depends on what you mix with it. I think you've got another winner on your hands. If you want to do half, bottle half of it now, and then just kind of periodically check as you go on, do the rest. And I would say periodically check, because you don't just want to let it sit another 3 months and then go to check it again and go, oh God, it went bad. So I would check it definitely more often and see, if it changes for the better, for the worse, or if it stays the same. And if you notice it's starting to take a turn, bottle it right then. But bottling half of it now, you can rest assured I will be buying a bottle. It's fantastic. I love it. And it's such a nice contrast with this and the original Demerara that you put out, which is, again, fantastic. I use it quite a bit. And it's versatile too. I mean, you don't just have to use it in a cocktail. You can use it on a ton of stuff. Have it with some ice cream. Use it for meat glazed. You know what I mean? It's fantastic. I don't have anything to say. I think you got another winner. It's an absolute banger. I will be buying some. And anybody that's watching this, go out and get you some. Straight up, just go out and get
Yeah,
you
don't
some.
wait, because I mean, you're running low on batches. Get it while you can. You got some other stuff coming out soon, but like I said, I've been saying it. Once this starts kicking off, it's gonna probably be hard to get. And
Yeah.
people are gonna be waiting for to get this stuff. And the pre-order thing, that's smart. Like get yourself in line, get yourself a bottle.
Yeah.
Definitely
What about
pick this
you?
up.
Well, for me, I'll go last and all stuff, and I love this stuff. I love the uniqueness of it. I'm in awe at you creating something that's actually like something that's the normal everyday dude and all stuff can actually have, and actually just kind of give a lift up to um just a regular old fashioned, and you can actually like give them something simple and something special. I love that. And then you coming out with this maple BouRum thing and all stuff, again, we tried it straight, and you get like Rob said and all stuff. You actually get the rum. Then, like in the middle and all stuff, you're actually getting, the Demerara and all stuff, and then like at the end and all stuff, you're really getting that rum, notes and all stuff with it. So you're going through a journey with your syrup, and that's 100% what we look for and what we want. And this, I think this is, in my personal opinion, and I think this is what you want to actually have for people out there, is something like this. I love it. I want to. I mean, I'm running low because of our tonight's sampling and trying it with the rye, trying it with the bourbon, trying it straight. I am running low, so you need to barrel this and bottle it, and actually, like, let me know where my wallet can cry, and so I can actually go and buy it. Um, but I want to try this with rum drinks. I want to try this with tequila drinks. I want to try this with other, mixes, and you know other cocktails. I hesitate saying that now. But you have something that's actually that I think is really worth it. And I appreciate everything, the hard work that goes into doing these. I appreciate that, and I probably speak for the rest of us on this panel and whoever else has actually tried this. Is you did a great job, and I want to keep pulling for you to actually like make more and come out with more, because we actually all started with this, and the viscousness of this and all stuff is way better than batch 2, which I don't even have on my counter anymore. I don't even know where that is. But batch 2 was light and it was very thin, and it was you improved it with batch 3. Batch 4 is probably going to be bangers, but this maple rum is just, I had to actually sample it next to a true maple syrup, barrel aged maple syrup, to actually see what you had compared to that, and it was just impressive. So kudos to you. I'm proud of you. I'm going to support you because I believe in what you're doing. And again, everybody else on this panel and also for probably saying the same thing and also is barrel your shit. Okay.
Yep.
Get this out so we can buy it. All right.
100%. I'm right there with him. And to echo what he said, I believe in your product and in what you're doing. And, he was talking about the difference between batch 2 and batch 3 of your regular Demerara. Bro, this is batch 1. You hit it out of the park. Bro. It's a home run. It's an absolute banger. People will like this. People will enjoy this. And, I'm hoping that with, reaching out to some of those other bigger content creators that we did this week, really hoping it takes off, because I don't see either of the two of them shitting on it. I really don't.
I sent it out to the SLB crew, and they actually got back to me and said they were interested, and they were going to check it out. So that would be huge. And they were talking about it. They actually like using this type of syrup, but have you ever had a barrel aged one? And I guarantee they haven't. And until you had it, it's completely, again, it's nothing. It's like anything else you've had.
And then I bought the one to send on to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I know you probably sent that out, yesterday or the day before?
I think it went out
Gonna review it.
Yep.
I mean, he's definitely going to review it. I mean, dude, he responded to me like that. Like, I really did not expect. I figured if I got a response, it would be a while. Yeah, he's a personable. He's easy to talk to. He reminds me pretty much of anyone, any of you guys here. Straight shooter, shoot the shit, whatever. And so that's going down to him. And clearly, I believe in your product, bro, because I paid for the bottle and to ship it down there. So, and I was happy to do it. I wasn't about to send him mine.
But I do worry about it a little bit, and also because when we actually had you on our podcast, and you said you wanted to actually take it slow and take it one step at a time and not grow too fast. But here we are pushing your shit and all stuff. And I really think that if the word gets out and we actually get you involved, you out there and all that stuff, you're going to blow up. And so
You absolutely
buckle
are.
up, buddy. Yeah, I'd buckle up. I think you're actually going to blow up. If this keeps going the way it is, I think you're going to blow up.
Yep.
Well, that's why I'm getting bigger barrels. This batch, this barrel of the BouRum is actually bigger than any batch that I've done. So we'll see how it goes.
Hurry it up and bottle it, damn it.
It's almost there.
And just to add real quick too is I know me and you have talked before on Rob's live, and then you came on our podcast, and you've said it a couple of times before is this is still a learning curve for you, and you're still learning, and this is your first time doing it. And if you could nail something like this in just the first year of you doing this, I can only imagine what once you like perfect this, what the product is going to be.
When you hone your product,
yeah,
and you hone your craft, and you figure it out. And once you actually like figure it out, you're testing right now, you're going through and all stuff. Once you actually get set in stone of how things work and how things are and you continue on and all stuff, where are you going to go from here, buddy?
Don't forget you're
yeah.
I
Don't forget about us.
Dude, I'm telling you, if this becomes too much, like I said, I want to stay small enough. I want to grow, obviously, but once it becomes too much where it's not fun, I don't want to do it.
right.
Well, you do realize that you probably have a couple of us and all stuff that are willing to actually come and help you actually like work for probably bottles. So we'll work for bottles.
We'll trade for. We got ideas. Whatever you guys have, like I said before, you guys have ideas or suggestions or something that you think might be cool or different, let me know. We'll figure it out. I don't, if we do a collab with any of you guys, it doesn't matter.
I like the sound of that. Yeah.
I think it would be cool to promote all of us.
We talked, and I think you mentioned a couple of things and all stuff that I've actually like since you mentioned it to me and all stuff. I really have been thinking about it and all, and I think I really want to actually like try to go down that route. So I know you know what I'm talking about, but that would actually be pretty cool. Yeah, this was actually like awesome. I'm happy that we got to actually sample this with you on live and go through and just try these out.
All right.
It was an awesome experience.
We'll have to do it during the next one, the next little drop you get.
Your next release, let us know.
The next release will be like 10 bottles, right? You said the blood orange, smaller.
Like you talked about before. We'll do one of these when there's a new drop. Right now, I'm guessing it's probably going to be when it's something different. It's probably going to be a couple times, maybe 3 times a year so far. As we get going and we do more drops, it obviously will be more frequently, but we'll see how it goes. And you guys are my go-to guys, so
we appreciate that genuinely.
We appreciate that.
I can't go on. I can't go off my opinion. I need other people's opinion on this too. So
I'm so happy to be involved with helping you and do this, because this is again, like I've said it several times here, and I've said it in our podcast and all stuff. I'm proud of you. I believe in what you do, and so I'm proud to actually like be a part of it. So letting us actually like be the guinea pigs and all stuff. That's
Darren, thanks for sending that out to all of us. I know we were hosting this, but we were hosting it for you. This was your show, basically. Just keep putting out that product. Keep making some banger syrups, and everybody take care of your friends, take care of your family, don't drink and drive, be responsible, and as always, it's more than what's in the glass.
It's more than what's in the glass.
What's in the glass, boys?
Yeah, cheers, boys.
I do like cock. I love cock.
Good friends, good poor stories about on what's in the glass. Welcome to the Wicked Whiskey Podcast.